guys, what is up? Today I come to you with my review of Days, and this is the third episode, and I'm just going to say like it is, I'm continuing with this series. I'm not dropping it. I'm not putting it on hold. I love it, and when I saw the episode come out today, I felt so much better because I did not see it come out yesterday, and I was kind of wondering why that happened. And for people that was wondering why they delayed the episode, actually, if you go on the official Twitter for this show, it's called Days Anime, Twitter at Days Anime. If you go on there, they did say they changed the schedule date from the 16th to the 17th, and it's also going for the TV stations over there in Japan, where it is on MBS and TV Tokyo, I believe. So they changed the schedule date from a Saturday to Sunday. Now, I don't know if it's a permanent thing, but Saturday that will be coming. If Days does not show on Saturday like it usually did since the very first episode, and instead shows on Sunday like again today, then you can assume that it's going to be something permanent from now on till the very last episode. Now, this episode, we got a little into Kazama's character, as well as getting a better, shedding more light on Mizuki's character as well. If Mizuki, from at least the first two episodes, was not ranking up as your favorite character, one of your favorite characters, then definitely this episode will make you see him in a better light. Now, the episode starts off where, of course, there is a training camp and everybody is sitting down to eat a meal, and we see where this school is trash talking Tsukamoto, and they're, as well as they're trash talking him, they're trash talking Kazama. Now, Kazama is the type of guy that doesn't care if you talk a lot of crap about him. He's that chill, relaxed type of dude. But ever since he met Tsukamoto and has grown the admiration of him as well, he became his friend, as well as someone who became protective of Tsukamoto. And the minute they started talking a lot of, negative things about him, while he didn't act when they were saying anything about him, he immediately took a kettle of hot water and poured it on the dude. It was nearly about to start a fight. Like, you can talk trash about him, but the minute you say something about Tsukamoto, you're getting hot water poured on you, and you're gonna get into a fist fight. And we all know that he has a deep love for Bruce Lee, so I can imagine he may have a move or two that he learned after watching many movies of Bruce Lee. The thing is, we all know that Kazama is a genius, okay? He's someone that's on a different playing field of when it comes towards the soccer, and all his other teammates and classmates, they're average players if you compare them to Kazama. But the thing was, when I was watching this episode, I couldn't help myself but compare him to a certain character from another series, and possibly you may agree with me on this or not, but the person that I was comparing him to was Aomine Daiki from Kuroko no Basket. The reason I say that is because the way they were talking about him, saying like, from a child, he grew up playing soccer, he became interested in the sport, and he practiced and practiced till he became so good that, he can outdo anybody that he played against, right? And the same thing, it parallels with Aomine. He picked up basketball and he became extremely talented, like a one-man show, a one-man army when it came to basketball. And at one point, because they loved the sport so much, because it was something that they cherished so much, they became bored. Because what? They didn't have anyone to challenge them. They had people that constantly, possibly backed out. They didn't want to play the game because they felt like, this person is so good, there's no point of playing against them. And they became bored. They became distant from something that they truly love, hold, and dare. This was their ambition. This was something that, without this type of sport in their life life holds no meaning. But the biggest difference between this character Kazama and Aomine is that Kazama has found someone to look forward to playing this sport. He found the light that he tried to rekindle himself but couldn't, and that would be Tsukamoto. Because Tsukamoto, despite Tsukamoto's completely sucking at this game, in which he admit that he's the worst on the team and that he sucks, just that spark in his eyes, that sparkle in his eyes, and that relentless determination he has to become better for the team has rekindled the fire in Kazama, which he thought he had lost, and it made him want to go continuously practice. And we also hear where his teammates even say, he doesn't come to morning practice and he doesn't train with his teammates whenever they're doing their running, their scrimmage, but he actually does indeed practice, but on his own time. Now, that was the huge difference between him and, like, if you want to compare him to another character, that what makes him so much different from Aomine, at least when I'm comparing him to another character. Now, we have where there is a practice match with their school and another school, the same school that was trash talking both Tsukamoto and Kazama, and they're playing against them. And while, even though Tsukamoto is, terrible on the field, he's making his teammates want to try hard and want to play. And even though they originally came onto the team, on Seisaki's team, to just play the game and win every single game that they're put in, they find themselves realizing the whole reason they started soccer was because they love playing the game. It's just like when a kid picks up a new toy and they fall in love with it. That was that thing that they lost. It was solely because they loved the game, and that's why they decided to stick with it and practice and try to get better at it. Even though they constantly saying, you suck, or like you miss the ball, you always get in some type of outs. It was because of Tsukamoto that their love for soccer has resurfaced once again. And then we see where Captain Mizuki, even though he's injured, the reason why he took Tsukamoto under his wing is because he saw himself in Tsukamoto. We have also got information where he was in the same position as Tsukamoto. When he joined the soccer team during his first year, he was the worst on the team. Like, he could not do complete zilch. And as he practiced and continuously trained himself, he became to the point where now various universities and people are seeking him out to make them join their teams. And because of what? He continuously pushed himself. But he said the biggest difference between them was the first time that he could not get anything right, he ended up going back to his bed and crying. But Tsukamoto doesn't do that. He grits his teeth, he balls up his fists, and he continuously practiced to learn how to start kicking a ball so he could be at least somewhat of a help to his team. And that's what he says, instead of comparing us to each other, I think that's very rude regarding to Tsukamoto, because the difference between me and him when I was in his position 2 years ago was I ran away. But eventually I did pick up in the end, but I ran away, while instead he goes charging forward towards his dream. That's why he holds Tsukamoto to such a high degree, because he knows, seeing through him, that he's going to be that person that in 2 years time he'll be the one leading their team. He's passing on the torch 2 years early to Tsukamoto, not even to Kazama, who's regarded as like legendary and as a the best player there is. He's passing the torch to someone that, while many don't see him as like as someone that they can regard as a good player or someone they can feel like they have to put their guard up against, in due time he'll be in the same position as Mizuki, or even on a higher scale than Mizuki in 2 years time. And I just love this. Like, I love how they put that. Like, they already having high hopes for this character, and you can just see all the hard work he's going through in each episode. And it's just like, it makes me want to put more effort into whatever I'm doing. Really, just seeing Tsukamoto putting so much effort and playing this game for someone that's no good at it, and see him continuously push himself, it gives you that hope to say, you can possibly put in, if not half of the amount of determination or work into whatever it is that you are doing. So this was a really good episode. If you guys saw this week's episode of Days, do tell me in the comment section below if you're planning to stick with it or put it on hold or drop it. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. The links are in the description box, so you guys go check that out. If you want the link for where they change the schedule, I'll also put it in there as well, so you guys can check it out for yourself. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!